I'm Jeanne Caudill. I teach first grade at Mullins, and how I got involved in the preschool program is that my STLP and I decided to look at what we had that we felt like was a problem in our school. And being a first grade teacher, I see kids come to me all the time who don't know their alphabet, who don't recognize their letters, it's not all the time, maybe one a year or whatever. So I'm remediating for that. And we felt like if more kids came to school prepared, passed the Brigance test at a better rate, that maybe we could stop some of that. So we actually dreamed up a project where we would be tutoring preschool kids. And part of that project, I got these little scholar tablets. So I'll tell you about that as we go along. Okay, we named it Preschool Lives Matter. Of course, we've seen all the Policemen Matter and Policemen Lives Matter and all that. So we thought, well, preschool lives matter too. Of course, everyone's life matters. Okay, so what was the problem? We'll look at that. Go ahead. Okay, 46% of the preschool students are unprepared for kindergarten. So how can the students begin to learn reading if they don't know the alphabet? How can they learn their basic numeracy skills if they aren't able to count? And how can we ensure that all students come prepared for kindergarten? Okay, so my research question dealt with the little scholar tablets. If we use the little scholar tablets in Head Start and preschool, with the individual student tutoring as well, would that improve their readiness? Okay, and then we also went online. We went online to the Superintendent's School Readiness Toolbox. It's really good, but I was telling Jim downstairs when we were talking about it, it's more research than anything else, and I was going to it trying to find, are there solutions, are there suggestions, are there lesson plans, and so I kind of feel like maybe that should be added to that. But there are 200 preloaded apps on the tablet that's passing around, and it's from grade pre-K to 1, so of course we can differentiate too. Even if you do get kids in Head Start preschool that know quite a bit of things and they're ready to move on, and so we do want them to move on. Okay, price was a factor. I got 4 tablets with all the accessories, the carrying bags, the stylus, the case, and all that for the $1,000. Okay, so our action plan was that once a week we're going to do individual tutoring. We have a little unique situation at our school in that students who come for a Head Start or preschool, they ride the bus in and then they have to wait there. We're like a hub for going to another school because we ran out of room quite soon after we got there. And they had to take the Head Start room and turn it into a 3rd grade classroom. So they take them down the road about 10 minutes. So we're the hub. The kids who ride the bus come there and they sit and they wait, sometimes for 30 minutes before they have to move on. So my kids, we met on Wednesday after school. We would plan what are we going to do Thursday morning. They absolutely loved it. I mean, I've got all 4 of my kids that were here today all say we're going to be a teacher because we took them down the hall with us and we did special things with them every week and we became quite close to them. Okay, we provided the tablets to the preschool and Head Start teachers, and they were using that during center time. So there was 1 tablet per 10 students. We got 4 tablets. There were 2 classes. They didn't get on them every day. They had certain days that they would get on them. But the preschool teachers reported back that the kids really, really loved the tablets. Okay, and then so we needed the STLP students and with my support, and then the independent practice was with the little scholar tablets. Okay, and those are what we needed, and that's what we did throughout the whole school year. We just finished it. Okay, the evaluation plan, there are reports built into that. It's called A+ reporting. They just finished the ECRS 3. I don't have the results of that. Brigance, of course, we're going to do in August. We actually last year for the first time had a kinder camp. Do you all have kinder camp? See, we had never had kinder camp before. So with the help of the STLP students, we started that. The kindergarten teachers come, but they come to Brigance test the kids while we did the actual kinder camp with them. So that will be in August and we'll see. Okay, and of course, that's why the findings are forthcoming, but I'll show you in a little bit. I do have some findings from what we have done. And then we are going to, of course, share the results with the preschool teachers, and we're going to share the results with the principal and here. Okay. We really, really became spokespeople for preschool education. At our school, we have approximately 100 students who are in kindergarten. We have one Head Start. So you can see there's a whole bunch of kids that don't get what they need or can't get what they need. So we really wanted to advocate for more funding, more Head Starts. So we actually were very privileged to go over to Hazard and meet with Dr. Stephen Pruitt, the Commissioner of Education, and these are my STLP students. He was wonderful. He never took his eyes off of those kids, and I thought, well, we'll get 10 minutes with him. He sat like 45 minutes and talked to them. And when he finished, he said, I think your project's magic. And he went like this, and flames shot out of his hand. He had this flash paper because he was formerly a chemistry teacher. And so he really had the kids' attention, but he really did pay attention to what we said. Okay, the collaboration, of course, we worked with Head Start Preschool. This is when we got the little scholar tablets in. We had a ceremony and presented them to them. Okay, that's our kinder camp that we had. We employed a lot of technology, and if any of you've seen the B-bots today, or if you've seen them, we used those with them quite extensively. We used our computers, but, you know, we just did things like, let's go see where the library is. Let's go out and play on the playground. You know, things like that, that I picked the children up just like they would be picked up in kindergarten and took them down to my room. The principal asked, do you think maybe the parents could walk down to your room with you? I said, that's not how it will happen when school starts, so I don't think we need to let that happen now. And we were provided snacks and things for them. But I ended up the first day, had 44 kids. Okay, you know, one person can't handle 44 kids. Well, 2 of the STLP students, their mothers were teachers at the school, and they very generously volunteered to stay the whole 3 days and help. Okay, so we use STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math when we taught them. So we have a thing called the O-Ball, and I wish I hadn't sent that back to school. My kids already went back, but it's basically a ball that has an iPod in it, and they're shaking it makes it do different things. So we taught them about animals, birds, and things like that with the O-Ball, and we also played hot potato. Okay, technology, we used ABC. Yeah, you probably all have used that. The reason we used it is because they didn't know how to use a mouse. And I've seen them come to kindergarten, go like this, and then start running it down their legs because they don't know how to handle it. So we pulled up coloring sheets on the ABC, and the STLP kids would stand over them and help them with their hands know how to use the mouse. And we taught the alphabet with the B-bots. Okay, engineering, I love this. I had this little boy. He'd come in the room, he'd grab the globes, he'd walk around the room, he wouldn't do what we wanted him to do. So when we got out Legos, or we got out these STEM kits, which were fairy tales, like there's 3 Billy Goats Gruff, had to build the bridge. He was a totally different child.